The one key when cooking pasta is the water has to be boiling. The next key is going to be salt in the water. This is a big pot because I'm going to cook fettuccine and I don't want to break it in half. The fettuccine noodle should be long. So a lot of times you'll see chefs grab fettuccine and break it in half and then put it in there. I mean, that makes it very difficult to eat because you can't roll it on a fork. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, chef.
So fettuccine, we'll start by adding a little salt in the water, and then we're going to let that come up to a boil. The next pasta we're going to do, it's called penne pasta. All right, everyone see the penne? Penne has little lines down the side, so it's like a crinkle cut. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes, chef.
If it didn't have the lines, it would be called mostaccioli. Mostaccioli is shaped like this, but no lines, no ridges. Everyone pass it around so you know what I'm talking about.
I have a question. What's the difference between penne noodles and ziti noodles?
The ziti small.
Smaller?
Yes, ziti small.
They look very similar.
Yes. So you feel the ridges on it all the way around. That's what makes a penne pasta. Now, if it didn't
Feels
have
like a
any
noodle.
ridges, what would it be called?
You just said it.
Something with a B.
No, you just said it.
Mostaccioli, not me.
I don't know where I got that.
Mostaccioli. Mostaccioli.
Would it be?
You need to memorize the different types of pasta, guys. A chef knows what pasta is when he sees it. So you need to really learn as much as you can about pasta. You're going to do international cuisine where you cook pasta, but I'm going to add a little salt to my water that we're going to cook the penne in. One of the other key components when I cook a flat noodle, see that's flat and it will stick together on it. So what I need to do is I need to take a little bit of oil. It can be olive oil, salad oil. Olive oil is a little expensive to put in your water. I'll just be honest. A lot of chefs say, oh, add olive oil to it. If you like tearing up money and throwing it in the trash can, then add olive oil to the water you're going to throw away. Does that make sense?
Yes, chef.
Everyone get my point there?
Yes, chef.
Add a little bit of oil to the water. And I have to use a larger pan if I'm cooking a long noodle. I'm almost up to a boil of it here. And what I have is a little bit of penne pasta. We're going to cook it. And all I need to add in these smaller pastas, whether it be penne, macaroni, mostaccioli, bow tie pasta. And bow tie, if it has ridges on it, is not bow tie pasta. It's called farfalle. Does that make sense?
Farfalle?
Farfalle. If it has ridges or little points on the end of the bow tie, it's not bow tie pasta. It's called farfalle. Know the difference between your pastas. You don't want to be that chef that has bow tie pasta on his menu and everyone making fun of you behind your back when they come in and eat, and you're using farfalle. Does that make sense?
Yes, chef.
So know your pastas and what they're called. The name of the pasta is going to be on the box when you buy it. So if you buy something and it doesn't say bow tie pasta, it's not bow tie pasta. Does that make sense? And one little difference when it comes to pasta makes it no longer pasta, that specific pasta. I think it's really easy to confuse this with mostaccioli. But if it has no ridges, it's mostaccioli and it's not penne. So very important things there. I have no idea what this have came up with one again.
Chef, with the
Because
difference
it's that
thing,
little burner.
with the difference thing, how you said that one has no ridges in it, could you get away though if you were using like the pasta sauce? Like you got Alfredo sauce going over, it's not like they're really
Here's my thought. Who here wants to get away
no.
with it?
Brandon.
Who here wants to get away? If you want your customers to know you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Does that
Well,
answer
I'm
your
just saying,
question?
like, if they sent you the wrong thing, like, we'll get away with sending them, and then, you know.
Sometimes it happens in the industry where you get something that you don't want. It happens to me more often than not. I will order a specific product. Like this weekend, I'm going to run out of T-bones because I ordered 3 cases of T-bones and they only had 1. So I could go get a lesser product, but I use a dry-aged T-bone from Buckhead Beef out of Atlanta. And when they don't have any in Oklahoma City, I can't get it. I'm not going to go get a T-bone that's a lesser product and serve it in my restaurant, so I just 86 that when I run out. And 86ing is a terminology when you're out of something in your restaurant, you're 86ing. Does that make sense?
Yes, chef.
Yes.
Since you're referring to us working in a 4 or 5 star restaurant, I'm assuming that the standard eater in a 3, 2, 1 star restaurant wouldn't know the difference between boogie and boogie.
Understand that the population you'll be feeding when you go to work in the industry is more knowledgeable than any other population in the history of the world. Anybody tell me why?
TV.
No. Anybody tell me why?
Television shows.
TV, internet.
TV, internet, but more so than anything else is the Food Network.
Into that, yeah.
Mom and pop that sit at home and watch Giada De Laurenti cook Italian food, they know what's penne pasta and what's not penne pasta. If you're calling it penne pasta, you're getting by. And we don't want to get by. We don't pull the wool over our customers' eyes. If I say I'm selling you this, and you'll learn about this in menu development, there's truth in menu laws. So if I say I'm serving massacholi and I'm serving penne, if someone wanted to, they could sue me and win. If I say I'm serving Roquefort blue cheese, then it has to come from Roquefort, Germany, or Roquefort, France. Does that make sense? If I say I have homemade dinner rolls, then they better be made in my building. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Or someone can sue me for that. It's called truth in menu laws. And actually, if the district attorney wanted to prosecute you, he could. It's a misdemeanor, but, truth in menu is truth in menu. I don't think this is going to come to a boil in this pan. Well, I guess that's